Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back for another reading lesson. Today, you're going to be using your Journeys book, so go ahead and grab that if you don't already have it. You can pause the video and then come back and join us. Okay. Turn in your books to How Leopard Got His Spots. Page 46. Remember, my sticky notes are just all of the questions that I want to remember to ask you, so try to ignore those as we're going along. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about what kind of story this is. This is called a folk tale. Can you say folk tale? A folk tale might have animals that act like people. A folk tale is this old story that's been told for years and years and usually passed down as a fun story to tell from generation to generation. So grandparents tell parents and parents tell children. But remember that a folk tale is a fantasy. In this story, it talks about how Leopard got his spots. But we know from reading the Bible that God created the heavens and the earth, and that God created all of the animals. So it was God's creativity that created the leopard with beautiful spots. But this is just a fun story to read. It's an entertaining story to help us learn a lesson and also to enjoy reading about something funny about the leopard getting his spots. But it's definitely fantasy or make-believe. All right. This says, do you know how Leopard got his spots? Once upon a time, Fred Turtle was playing catch with Hal Hyena. Hal tricked Fred. Then he ran away. Fred felt very sad. He called out for help. Help! I am stuck in the plants, he yelled. Okay, so let's stop there for just a minute and talk about what's happened so far. What happened between Hal the hyena and Fred the turtle? That's right. Fred was playing catch and Hal tricked Fred. How do you think he tricked him? Can you use any clues from the story or from the pictures? It looks like maybe they were playing catch and Hal the hyena threw the ball near the plants and Fred the turtle went into the plants and maybe got stuck. Let's see what happens. Fred felt very sad. He called out for help. Help! I'm stuck in the plants, he yelled. Len Leopard ran to help. Oh, here comes the helpful leopard. He's going to come help. So tell me, what does Len the leopard look like in this picture? Does he have any spots? No spots yet. That's interesting. Chop, chop, chop. Len cut the plants off and let Fred out. Wow, that was so nice of Len. Fred and Len danced in the sun. This is such fun, they said. Why do you think they're so happy? Yes, because Len helped Fred. Len the leopard helped Fred the turtle get out of the plants that he was stuck in. I have never been this glad, said Fred. I like to paint if I am glad. So he likes to paint when he's happy. Is there something you like to do when you're happy? Fred mixed paints from many flowers. Then he painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. Oh, wow. So before Fred painted him, what color do you think he was? Maybe all white, because it says he painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. Fred painted Jill Giraffe next. "Look at me," said Jill. "I have big brown spots now." Tell me more about this picture, boys and girls. How does it help you understand what's happening in the story? Yes, he started at the top of Jill Giraffe and painted spots, and you can tell this is where he is right now working, and the rest of her body doesn't have any spots yet. So it helps me understand that before Fred the turtle painted the spots, Jill Giraffe must have been just all tan or all brown, no spots. "I like spots very much. Can I have spots too?" asked Lynn. I wonder if that's how Lynn got his spots, Lynn the leopard. Let's read and find out. Fred got set up to paint Lynn. Now Lynn had spots of his very own. How do you think Lynn feels about having spots of his very own? Are there any clues from the story or the pictures? I agree. I think that Lynn feels very happy because he looks, what do you think? How could we finish that sentence? If I was going to write a sentence about how Lynn feels, it might look like this. I think Lynn feels happy about his spots. He looks proud. Don't you think he looks proud, like he's showing off his new spots? Okay, let's keep reading. Zell, Jill, and Lynn had such fun looking at their spots and stripes. Hal said, "Paint me too." Uh-oh, Hal's back, the one that tricked Fred the turtle into going into the plants and getting stuck. But Fred had a trick for Hal. He splashed Hal with brown paint. Hal yelled and ran off. Uh-oh, so is Hal very happy with his spots? He doesn't look very happy because he just got splashed with paint. He didn't get painted all nice and pretty like the other animals, right? He's even sticking out his tongue. Let's think about these animals over here. How are these animals alike and how are they different? If you said that they all have 4 legs and they all have stripes or spots and they all have fur, you're correct. How are they different from each other? Yes, the giraffe is really tall. The zebra has stripes, but the leopard has spots. Even the spots on the giraffe and the leopard are a little bit different, right? And then, of course, we have the turtle who doesn't have fur or spots. He has a shell. And then we have the hyena who, at this point in the story, doesn't have any kind of spots or coloring until Fred the turtle splashes him with paint. Now Fred and Lynn are best friends. The end. Let's think back about what happened at the very beginning of the story between Hal the hyena and Fred the turtle. Do you remember? Remember at first, at the very beginning, how the hyena tricked Fred the turtle into getting stuck in the plants. Then what happened between Fred and Hal at the end of the story? Do you remember? Yeah, that's right. Fred tricked Hal. Instead of painting beautiful spots onto Hal like he did the other animals, he just splashed the paint. And Hal didn't like it very much. He ran off pretty sad and mad. He even yelled. So at the beginning, Hal tricked Fred, and at the end, Fred tricked Hal. Now, let's think back about this story. Do you think it's real or make-believe? Do you think it's realistic fiction, like it could happen in real life? Or do you think it's fantasy, it could not happen in real life? That's right, it's fantasy. The animals are talking and painting. We also know that God created the animals with their spots. They weren't painted on because of a trick, right? Or because of a turtle painting. So we know that this story is a made-up, silly story that's just to entertain us, not to inform us. Okay, now I want you to go and get your piece of paper that looks like this. It says flow chart sequence of events. We've learned about sequence of events already this year, and now we're going to apply it to this story. We're going to think back to what happened first, next, then, and finally. If you need to pause the video to grab this paper, go ahead and do that. You'll also need a pencil. All right, are you ready, boys and girls? Let's talk about the sequence of events in this story. Remember that the sequence of events is the order in which things happen in the story. And good readers think back to the sequence of events to help them understand what they read. We have 4 boxes on our graphic organizer. So we're going to pick out 4 events in the story and put them in order from first to last. Who can tell me what happened first? That's right. First, Hal tricked Fred, so he ran away. Go ahead and fill that in the first box on your graphic organizer, right here. Can you tell me what happened next? That's right. Next, Fred gets stuck and Lynn helps him out. Go ahead and fill in that information in the next rectangle on your graphic organizer. Okay, hopefully if you've gotten those 2 sentences filled in. If you didn't, you can always rewind and watch this part again. But I'm going to go ahead and erase so that we can see the next sentences that we're going to write together. What happened then? That's right. Fred offers to paint Lynn because he had helped him. Good work, boys and girls. Go ahead and fill that in on the next box in your graphic organizer. Okay, and what happened last in the story? That's right, Fred painted all of the animals, even tricking Hal and painting him too. All right, so you're going to fill in that in the last box on your graphic organizer. Thank you, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this story today, and I hope you learned a little bit more about sequence of events. Thank you.